8:48, good morning on a Thursday. Going to be a beautiful day across Kansas City. Thanks for joining us on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. We have some fun with this segment every Thursday. Let's do it.
It's time to Ask Mundo Anything on 95.7 FM KCMO Talk Radio.
Okay, on an Ask Mundo Anything Thursday, let's start with Carl in Independence. Go ahead, Carl. You're on KCMO. What's your question?
Hi, Pete. Listen, since day one, you have booked big-name guests on your show, guests that the national shows would kill to get. How do you do it?
Relationships. That's what it's all about there, Carl. Relationships and trust. It's that simple.
You tell me it's good looks and charm.
No, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that. I appreciate your faith in me for having either of those things, but no, that's not the equation here, my man. It is just having their trust, hustling, and the relationships. That's it. I mean, the Fox guests, I have those ties from working there before I came here at Fox News. And spending time on the radio side, doing shows there, getting to know some people on the TV side, and then also just doing a good interview. And I don't mean that to pat myself on the back. I mean, if I'm going to have a guest on, I want them to be the star. I brought them on for a reason, right? To make them look good. I have 20 hours a week to do this, where I can say what I want and opine on whatever's on my mind. It drives me nuts when I hear radio interviews, less so on TV, sometimes on radio, where the host is trying to prove to the guest how smart they are. It's like, just ask a question. You brought them on for a reason. Let them be the star. Make them look good. And guests appreciate that because I've been on both ends of it. When the person asking questions makes the guest look good, the guest wants to come back when they feel like they're adding to the program. So that's really what this is all about. That's it. 913-408-7957 is how you join us on KCMO Talk Radio.
Ask Mundo Anything.
Dan in Kansas City. Dan, you're next up.
Hey, Pete, thanks for taking my call. Hey, I'm just curious, when you're at home with your family, do you get to really talk about your job and the topics you talk about, or do you kind of have to turn that off?
That is a great question. Something tells me, Dan, that as I get older, it will become more of a conversation. But when they're 7, 4, and not even 2, I'm just trying to get them to eat dinner and prevent them from crawling under the table during dinner. I can't really break down world politics,
Exactly. What about your wife? Does she like this stuff, or is she like, nah, I don't want to hear it?
No, she likes it. She likes it. She does. She's kind of realized it's the family business, so she's gotten into it a little bit more as of late. Yeah. But now she'll see things that I don't see because of the people that she follows on Instagram and stuff, and I'll miss things, and she'll send it to me, like, Maha things and things of that nature. So it's worked out really well. Good stuff there, Dan.
Very good.
I appreciate that. The one thing that I will say, though, is that the girls do know, of course, the Chiefs are coming to Olathe, and they've been kind of aware of that whole story because they like to talk about the Chiefs. So that is fun, and we're doing more of it, and it becomes part of the conversation. But, for us, as I'm sure many of you know or remember, dinner's a little chaotic at this age. Is everyone fed? Nobody fell out of their chair? Because I got a 2-year-old now who, this was not the case with the older two. She thinks that because she's got 2 older sisters who now sit in their own chair, she's done with the high chair.
Ours is like that, too.
She's done with the high chair. It's like, get in the high chair, but she won't sit in the high chair now. So now we got to do the booster seat, but then she just wants to play with the snap thing on the booster seat. It's like, I can't talk about news of the day. I just can't do it. All right, next up here, let's go to Dennis.
Ask Mundo Anything.
In Bonner Springs. What's up, Dennis?
Good morning, Pete. Hey, during the Tuesday rant, a gentleman called in and was talking about your music choice versus his, and he called you a Yankee. The look on your face tells me you'd never been called a Yankee before. Have you ever been called a Yankee before?
One time. It was my first week in Woodward, Oklahoma, little town, northwest part of the state. New guy on the block, and had a good old boy show up there at the radio station and came inside. He was there to see somebody else. And he said to me, "So you're the new Yankee around here." And that was the only time in my life until a caller about 2 days ago said it. But because I've lived so many different places in the country, I don't feel that way. So it always catches me off guard. And the other thing I'll add to that is, like, since I've been 17, this is now Kansas City going on year 9 is now the longest place I've lived in my life since I was a minor. So I don't feel that way in my own mind. But you know what? I don't mind. I've been called much worse.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Oklahoma was the first time you've been called it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Have a good day, buddy.
All right, you too. Thanks so much.
See, the look on his face, Dennis, of being called the Yankees because he's a Mets fan. That's what pissed him off.
Maybe that's it. Yes, that's what got me there, guys. That's good. That's good. All right. 913-408-7957. Let's go to
Ask Mundo anything.
Lori in Prairie Village. Go ahead, Lori. Lori, you're on KCMO. Oh, sorry. Hold on. All right. Here's Lori. I had the numbers wrong. Sorry, Lori. Go ahead. You're on KCMO.
Good morning, Pete. Glad you found me. I was wondering what your input or take is and how Northeast Johnson County can move back to the middle, and that, a majority, the moderates, the middle group can be represented. What steps do you see that we need to take to get that message out?
Oh, man. I could do a whole segment on that. Thank you for the question there, Lori. My 60-second answer to that would be better candidates, a lot more money. Let's be honest. I mean, you have these PACs in Kansas, and a lot of the money spent here in Johnson County. It's not from Johnson County. A lot of the money is from other parts of the country, California and elsewhere. But they have a lot of money to spend. I mean, Prairie Village saw that in its city council races last year, spent a ton of dough, and it was a bloodbath across Johnson County. I think the Democrats had like a 90-something% winning percentage in their elections last year. I mean, I just don't see how that changes without better candidates and a lot more funding. And not that there weren't good candidates in some of these races, but you can't overcome the money that's getting spent in these local races. You just can't. I also would like to see all of these races go to even-year elections. That's what I would like to see as well. 913-408-7957. But there's a lot we could dig into on that. That's just my real brief answer on where it goes from here.
Ask Mundo anything.
All right, let's go to Glenn in Basehor. What's up, Glenn?
Morning, Pete. Got a little history in this, but kind of want your opinion with the Chiefs coming to Kansas City. And definitely the math is not adding up. In 4, maybe 5 years, if the taxes do get crazy, would you be willing to move just to get away from it out of Johnson County?
Here's the thing. Johnson County doesn't have an additional tax in any of this yet. Are we diverting funds from Johnson County potentially that could otherwise be used to pay for basic services? Absolutely. Would I consider it? I mean, I guess. It depends how bad it gets, like anything else. It's kind of hard to answer. Depends where the kids are, what they're doing for school, things like that. It's just I don't know right now. I don't. But the taxes are never going down. I've accepted that. It's just a question of how much they go up. That's really what it's all about. But, listen, people do, as John has said, vote with their feet. And that's what's going to happen here. Got a minute? Let's go
Ask Mundo anything.
Real quick, Wes and Gladstone, you're next up.
Pete Mundo, you no good rotten Yankee. Hey, true or false? Bruce the Rat Springsteen has not had a decent song since Cadillac Ranch.
Oh, my gosh. You are so full of it. Get out of here with that nonsense. That is false. That is false. I mean, have you listened? Have you Cadillac Ranch? That's like not even a top 30 Springsteen song. Have you listened to the Rising album start to finish? Have you listened to the Rising album start to finish after 9/11?
No, because I'm not from the East.
Well, it doesn't. No. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. That got a lot of airplay across radio after 9/11. Wes, you gotta listen to the Rising start to finish, okay, and then come back and talk to me. That's all I got. Ask Mundo anything in the books.